Hi, this is Thomas Brown from Quayle Counseling Services with locations in Kitchener, Waterloo, Brantford on the Ohsweken First Nations Reserve, and our services are also available virtually over the telephone or on various online platforms such as Skype or Zoom. So over these past little bits, I've been looking at these 6 daily questions to ask ourselves during quarantine or during social distancing. And these questions were developed by Brooke Anderson and can be found on greatergood.berkeley.edu. This fourth question today is asking, how am I getting outside today? And I think that's a great question. How are we getting outside when we have to spend so much time in our homes? We've set up home offices, we're working with our kids, we're doing what we are here at home. How are we remembering and getting, a literal breath of fresh air and getting outside just for something a little bit different? I think it's helpful for us to see the sunshine, to, as I've said already, have that breath of fresh air and to look around and see that spring is on its way, and in some parts of the country, it's even here already. For me and my family, it's becoming kind of harder and harder, unfortunately, as even parks at this point are closed down for us, and we can't go play in the little park that's just across our fence here. So we're getting creative with being outside. Yes, there's bike rides, and yes, there's walks and things like that. But also we're hauling out the bubbles, and we're hauling out the sidewalk chalk, and we're doing nature scavenger hunts. And my son found a friendship rock yesterday. That was a really cool idea. I'm sure you've seen it online, where people are hiding these brightly colored friendship rocks, and you're supposed to go around and look for them. So there's lots of ways that we can get outside for this kind of movement and this literal breath of fresh air. I think as well, though, we have to remember that some of us can't get outside. Maybe we've got different abilities or restrictions that don't allow us to be outside, or maybe we are in fact quarantined and have to stay inside. So I think there too, we can invite the outside in. We can maybe find a way, if it's warm enough in your part of the world, to open a window. The other day, not today here where I am in Ontario, but there were birds singing, and it was nice to hear that and remember that. We could have the window open and just get a little bit of that breeze coming through. For some folks, it might just be being able to look out the window and remembering to do that. Look away from our screens, look away from the things that are kind of using to take up our brain capacity, and remember to look outside and to take note that the world is still going on out there, and naturally there's a lot of things that are really worth paying attention to and enjoying. And of course, being outside just very often naturally leads to different types of movements. It doesn't just have to be a walk, but it can be doing some gardening. If it's something that you like to do, a little bit of outside home repair, things like that, are productive, useful bits of our time, but that also get us outside and doing something a little bit different than sitting around and looking at screens or doing our work or working with our kids. So that's question number 4. How am I getting outside today? And don't forget to do it. Get outside.